Hello world, welcome to Coding a Roguelike in C. Last stream, we were working on our Hall of Fame, our endgame Hall of Fame screen. So let me jump in and real quickly just remember where we're at, because I gotta remember myself. Alright, so this is our start game. And we were working on our Hall of Fame screen and qualifying, determining whether a particular game qualified for the Hall of Fame. Just equip this battle axe real quick so we can dispatch this kobold. Get the shield too. Get it, and equip it. Okay, and then we added a hotkey to trigger our endgame scenario, so let's do that now. So this is our endgame screen. We've got our hero stats where we ended up. You know, I didn't really do anything this game, so I was finished on level 1, and I found 0 gems. But as you can see, I still qualified for the leaderboard because I have several other games where I was just testing real quickly. So we wanted to. Last stream was all about getting this working, and now it's about. This stream will be about kind of cleaning this up and getting it working a little bit better and looking a little bit nicer. I would like to line up these columns, because right now this is kind of like a big chunk of text. So we may want to bring a little bit of color into this, and then also get it so that these columns line up, because the names have varying lengths, and I'd really just like the dates to line up, and then if we can get the dates to line up, then the levels and the gems should also line up. So that's where we're going to be focusing our attention today. So we go to our endgame screen, and this is our leaderboard section. So you can see we're just looping through all of our Hall of Fame entries, which we store in a text file. We got that working last stream as well. And then we're extracting the data into a format string. So we'd like to format that string a little bit better. So with our string create, maybe we just need to update this. And kind of set a, give it a set length. I'd like to just look that up real quick. My, let's see. And to kind of do a fixed length. Let's show you my browser real quick. So I'm looking at this. This web page is kind of messy. So I know how to do it for floating points. I need to just restrict. Width field. Okay. Minimum number of characters to output. So def D. So yeah, maybe it's just the total width 5 characters. It doesn't. It's not what. Let's see. Let's look at this cheat sheet. Perl and Java. Here we go. This is where we're Stack Overflow. Let's go. Okay. Oh, interesting. So asterisk S. All right, we'll give it a go. So we really just want the name to be, so we'll do asterisk S. It's like dot asterisk S. And then if we put the width here, let's just do 20 just to test it out. Oh boy, let's see what happens. We'll just quit. This is Xor Moon Smiter. Doesn't seem to. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. It's way more than 20. So the other issue, maybe I should look at my string create. I'm using VSN printf, so it should respect all that printf formatting. It. I pad it, so it's something that's really just to see if this parameter's working. Strings be truncated just to add a precision string. that's how I'm not having the length here. Having it so you do like there we go. Okay. So what it did is it right justified. So obviously 30 is way too much. But that's what we want to do. So maybe bring it back to 20. So I don't know, how big's our name? What's our name? This one's like 8. That is like 20, so maybe do 20. Ah, that looks better. Okay. And then we can do the same for our dates. 2, 7, make it 10. Ah, that looks better. Okay. Perfect. So I guess the next... I want to bring that over just a little bit. It's a little bit too far to the right, unless we want to bring this block over to the right. That might be better. And then I had originally said we would keep 10 top 10 in our Hall of Fame. So either we need to decide to push this command text down, or else we can do like 8 instead of 10, top 8. But let's get this stuff. I like the empty space over here, so let's work on pushing this stuff over to the right a bit. The hero stats and the Hall of Fame stuff. The header. So like instead of at 5, let's move it to that over to 10. So we'll shift it over by 5, and we'll shift all this stuff by 5. So we'll do 13. 13. 24. End game. Okay, still could come over a bit more. Maybe even another 5. Let's do 4. So 17. 17. 18. 20. Hall of Fame. 18. And then at the bottom, let's shift these down like another 5. I don't know if we have enough room on the bottom. Let's see. Let's do 32. 33. 4. No, it goes right off the bottom. We may need to resize this view, because there's actually a view that's containing all of this. But I think that these look good. So when we're defining, create the info view up here. And creating it, info height, oh, that's right, we made it a constant. So let's make the info height now 35. Okay, it's a little bit, all right, so we can bring that up a bit and also move it over, say, if we wanted it to line up with this, let's just move it over like 8 or 10. How's everyone doing today? What's your Saturday going? Okay, so this is going to be 18. This will be 20. This will be 20. And I want to bring it up just a bit, so maybe 30? 2? That looks good. That looks good. This is still a bit of a block of text though, so maybe we should do a little bit of colorized text. Look good. I don't know. So in order to colorize different portions of the text, we actually need to generate different strings or write them at different times, because the way that I've built it is you hand the foreground and background colors to this console put string at. So we could actually, like, if we wanted to colorize the name, bring that into its own string, write that to the screen in some color, and then write the rest of the stuff to a separate string and put that out in a different color. And I'm not sure how fancy we want to get with this. Maybe let's colorize the name and then see how that looks. See how fancy we want to get. So name string. And our format, still want to apply this same format. So we'll just do this. 20. And just do name. So we'll do name string, and then our foreground color, let's do, I don't know, color we want. I don't think, We want to go too crazy with the coloring. Something fairly subtle. Like perhaps like a pale yellow or something. Let me get my look at this thing. Entered hex color into and now look at this. This is kind of cool. The first, wow, that's really neat. Show color values. Oh, that's super cool. Something like this. This seems like a decent color. So E2 F22 42. And then FF for our alpha value. And then what we're going to do is we'll take the name string out of this. And because this is, actually we don't even need, yeah, restrict this. So instead of at 3, now we're going to put this at 23 because we need to add the 20 for this string. Only run on stream. Okay. Oh, still writing the... I forgot to take it out of the parameter list. Oops. I'll take it out of the format string, but not list. Better. Okay. That might be... That might be good enough for now, I think. So let's, so the other thing I'd like to revisit in this stream is, so we have this Hall of Fame, we have the Hall of Fame stuff at the, on the endgame screen, but we also have it from our main menu. And so I want to bring over some of those changes to this because this is obviously pretty ugly. And then when we have to add our credits as well. So let's work on that. Screen Hall of Fame. We actually can probably this. If we want it formatted in a similar fashion. Looks like we're starting at 18 instead of so this would be 18. This would be 38, right? Okay, so this one we might want to jazz up a little bit, because the other one we had lots of colors already, but this is kind of a subdued screen, so we want to jazz it up a bit, color the level, color the gems, And I think I even want to borrow those colors, so I want to do the names in green, we'll leave the dates white, and we can do level in yellow, gems in purple. So we'll borrow the colors that we're using. I'm just gonna code for a second just so I can grab the colors. It's gonna be level. This is going to be 10 wide. And we'll do date. We'll put the date in this color. So date string. This is going to be at the 38. Char. I guess we'll do widths for fixed widths for all these. So the max level it's going to be the 6, 8, do 8. Oh, but we actually wanted to say. So then this is going to just be 2. So 8. Because it's 10. And then this will just become gem string. It's like 8, so 6. And then our level color is going to be this. Gem color is going to be this. I think that'll do. Issue. Oh. Oh, that purple is totally invisible. Screen. And the spacing's a bit off. So we need to add a space to the start of level, and that gem's color needs to be like a lot lighter. So need to add a space there. Okay, close. So level needs to start at like 9, and then this is actually going to start at 58. We'll add 2 to that. And then grab a lighter purple. Just grabbing. Try that. Better. I think I want to make this whole thing a little bit wider too. It's a little bit cramped. Bit more. Let's make this a bit wider. Background, so no, not the background. Oh, I'm just writing this directly to the screen, so I just need to... Background view. Okay, here's what I want. So right now I have this set to width 50. Let's make it 60. And let's move it, because we increased it by 10, let's move it over to the left 5, half that amount. And then we're so probably gonna have to move this over. And then for our rendering starts, the box starts at 10. So let's move stuff over. Maybe like 4. So if we did, oh, let's go 13, 53. Maybe. Let's see how that looks. That's not bad. I think we pulled it a little bit too far to the left, but not awful. If we move it over like 3. $16, $7.56. That song grits on me. Switch it. All right. Bad. That looks better. Okay, so the last bit here is credits, where I can give myself all the credit. Toot my own horn. Let's do down here, credits. This isn't actually to be a format string. Let's do coded. Do that. And then put this out. Console stringette. Oh, I guess I could have just put the string there. It's kind of a waste. Don't need to allocate a nice formatted string if we're not actually doing formatting. So let's see. This is a pretty long string. Let's do it. Let's maybe guess it like 18 to the left. Start it, and then 34. And then I'm gonna just do this white, I think. With a transparent background. Let's see how that goes. Not bad. Almost right. Just bring it over to the left. By maybe 3. Okay. So I think we can stick a fork in this Hall of Fame stuff. It seems to work. Both its own dedicated screen as well as endgame screen. So I think the next deal is to work on some of the kind of accumulated bugs. A lot of the stream's just going to be dedicated into cleaning up some issues that we'd found during previous streams, and try and figure out what's going on. I have some notes for myself over. Let's see. So, like, the first thing I'd like to look at is if you've been watching the stream for a while, you know that I built my own. There's actually like a hidden mode switch in the game. So, like this screen, when you right now it's launching in ASCII mode. However, the image is actually a bitmap. So, like this is the bitmap image, and when ASCII mode is toggled, I run it through an ASCIifying routine that basically examines the pixels on the screen and then determines the best fit ASCII pixels and turns it into that. And it works pretty well for the most part, but there are some cases where it's less than what I want. So in particular, if we go in here and hit the inventory screen, like this stuff, so toggling here's the original image. See, it's just a scroll. But you get these weird, when you toggle ASCII, you get these weird artifacts over here. Like this right here looks like it should be mostly dark. So I would imagine that this pixel should be dark, or perhaps completely black instead of this. Also, I'm noticing I want to get rid of this border that I'm putting on the view rectangle. So let's clean this up a bit. Get rid of the ASCII line, and then clean up our ASCII routine. See if we can get rid of some of these artifacts on some of the images. So similarly on the endgame screen, here's our bitmap skull, and here's our bitmap text. And when we ASCII it, this actually works pretty well. I'm happy with this. You get some kind of strange artifacts up here. Not the worst thing in the world, but let's see if we can do a little bit better. So first things first, our inventory screen. It's actually in game. Show inventory overlay right here. Inventory. Message log, stats, inventory right here. So I think this right here is our border width. Mistaken. Let's check. Correct. Border width, yeah. So let's change our to 0. That, who knows, that may actually be, it shouldn't be contributing to those artifacts, but let's see. Okay. Still have those artifacts. So let's figure this out. This drives me nuts. Okay. I think this is in. Bye. ASCII image at. ASCII bitmap, that's what we want. So that's kind of the parent call. So, I think I've gone through this before, but let me just go through the kind of high-level design here. We take our bitmap image and we slice it into cells. So basically, we've defined for our ASCII screen the pixel height and width for a cell on the screen. And so what we do is we slice the bitmap image into cells of that size. Which we do right here. And then basically we try, for each cell we examine the pixels in the bitmap to kind of determine primary and secondary colors, so that we can do like because ASCII you get foreground and background colors. So we need to analyze the colors in the bitmap and break that down into two colors, the two most I won't say the most dominant colors, but a primary color and then a complementary secondary color, which is basically a color that is far enough away from the primary color to give us some contrast. And you know, now that I think about it, now that I'm talking that out, that may actually be part of the problem. If a cell is mostly black or mostly empty, then perhaps it's grabbing a contrast color. If there's just like if there's just a few pixels of like a lighter color, that may actually be the issue. See, sometimes it actually helps to talk. What do they call this? Rubber ducking or something? When you're trying to figure out a problem or an algorithm, it really helps to say it out loud, because you put your thoughts in order to speak them. And so I've actually solved quite a few problems just by either talking to someone else at work, or just talking to chat in stream, or just they call it rubber ducking because some people like have like a rubber duck on their desk or some object that they will talk to if there's nobody else around, just in order to speak it out loud. Not at all weird. All right, so that may actually end up being our issue. We'll look at that for a second. But so then it creates a 1-bit representation of the graphic. So it looks at the primary color and it basically says anything that's close enough to the primary color is a 1, everything else is 0. And so you get this mask image. And finally we take that mask image and we try and find the best fit ASCII character to match that shape of the mask. And once we do that, we render the glyph in our chosen colors, again secondary and primary colors, and that's how we get our ASCII glyph on the screen with the proper colors. So there's a couple things that I wanted to try. And I think the first one, we'll look at this matching routine, because I was looking at it a bit off screen and I realized that, let's see, when we're finding our matches, if we find a match, we increment it. However, if we find a pixel that doesn't match, there's no penalty. So I think in certain cases, we may actually be generating let's see, we got here glyph pixel, mask pixel. We have this match count and this mask. Oh, so when we're looping through the glyphs, that's what it is. Okay, so when we're looping through the glyphs, there may be a better match further down stream. Let's see. Basically, we're bumping the match count every time we find a pixel that matches, but we're not changing the score for this particular glyph if we get a non-match. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make this matching score a little bit better. and have a penalty if a pixel doesn't match. We need to like decrement the score by 1, which may give us a smarter best fit selection. And I'm probably not saying this in a way that makes sense to anyone else, so I'm just going to code it up and see what we get. So we'll do, basically it's this right here that we have an else. So if the pixel doesn't match, it's basically going to be matches. We'll decrement the score by 1, which ends, at the end of the day, we may have a negative score, but that's still a score that we can compare to other scores. So that means that we need to, because we can go negative, we need to change our match count to be something that can go negative. So we'll change that to a signed integer. And then match index. To change this to be got match index, but I want to be have a best match. ASCII. Best match index. How's everyone doing out there? Oh, and then we do, this should also be a unsigned int. So I don't have match index anymore, so we're going to return best match. So this allows us to calculate our score a little bit smarter. Hey, the Gel Mega, how's it going? What am I doing? Right now I'm working on, I've got a routine that will turn a bitmap into ASCII characters, the best fit ASCII characters, and so I'm trying to optimize that. So let's give that a try. We've changed it. Let's see how it looks in game. So our launch screen looks about the same. Let's go in game, see what we got. And then the inventory screen, we still got a bunch of artifacts here. So it's fine. Like this. It should not be picking up. some of these I can see. It's this one right here is particularly bothersome because it's mostly the pixels here are mostly black. Conversely, the pixels here maybe it's our color picker that's off to determine our primary and secondary colors. Let's take a look. Let's just make for completeness sake, let's just make sure that can anything. All right, so it seems like that changed for the best fit glyph didn't really do much. Let's try something else. So let's just kind of go routine by routine and see what we can kind of examine them in turn. Okay, so we're jumping up to our main algorithm here. Let's look at this analyze colors. So step one, we do count color occurrences. And so what I'm doing here is I'm creating an array of colors and a kind of a companion array of counts. So every time we find a unique color, we stuff it into the colors array and then we increment its count. And so if we've already seen a color, we're just incrementing the count for the proper array element. So that one, just doing a quick visual here. Colors equals pixel color. We loop through the array to see if we already have a matching color, and we increment it if so. So otherwise, add it and set the count to 1. Seems straightforward. So let's look at this. Step 2, distill the list into distinct primary and secondary colors. So we're going to loop through our colors. I guess actually we'll loop through our counts. And we look for the color that has highest count. And we designate that our primary color. Okay, and then for secondary, we're going to look for something that's not the primary color, and for something that's distinct enough from the primary color that that it wouldn't just look like a solid block of so if we find one of the color that's distinct enough, we mark that as our secondary color. Otherwise we have only one color, and we mark the secondary color as like a transparent pixel. I wonder. Let's just look at the colors are distinct. I think I'm just doing an RGB distance, and so I tweaked this number when I originally built the algorithm to kind of be the best, make sure that the colors were far enough apart, and I settled on a score of 2000 being distinct enough. Just for giggles. Just for giggles. How the hell do I go back in this? Alt left arrow. What would happen if we just made sure, if we said that, we just commented out the distinct bit? Just, I don't remember what would happen. Let's just see what happens. Well, first of all, it doesn't build, so apparently I did it wrong. Oh, I've got a... I got a paren mismatch issue. That definitely doesn't look as good on this screen. Still got the artifacts. That actually looks worse. Okay. Not like totally awful, but not good. It's it actually looks blockier because we've kind of limited our palette, and so we have more like full color pixels and less of the half and half or quarters. So, all right, that's not going to fix anything. So next, the next thing, let's mess around with this and say, bump it to like 3000. Saving this value. Make them be like really distinct colors. That doesn't look too much worse. Actually looks, I mean, this part I think actually looks a bit better. Yep. And then our endgame screen doesn't really look that different. So maybe we leave it at, oh wow, I'm missing chat, sorry. Is the stream laggy? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the stream is a bit laggy. Bitrate is fluctuating. Hey, Destroy Computers, what's up? Hold on one sec. To go see what else is stealing bandwidth in my house. Sorry about that. My bitrate is fluctuating. I thought maybe somebody had started binge watching Game of Thrones in my house, but not yet. So hopefully it'll clear up shortly. See if I can load at all. I don't think. But hello, everyone. So hopefully it'll. The stream quality should be okay right now. How's the game progressing? It's going quite well. Did I implement levels? Dungeon levels? Yes, I did. Oh, what was that? XFRW, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. The stream quality seems to have leveled off a bit, so hopefully it'll stay acceptable. All right, I don't know. So maybe we leave the... That didn't seem to really... Could you guys notice a big quality difference? Let's see. I don't notice it here. Let's try a new game. I did notice it. I don't think that's causing our artifacts, so let's just leave it at 2000 for now and look at something else. So what else could it be? Wonder how many times we're hitting this we have only one color case. Put a breakpoint here and see what's happening. Stream is fluctuating a bit. I apologize for that, the bitrate. Let's temporarily toggle this breakpoint. Turn off that breakpoint. Seems like we're hitting that case a fair bit. Start a new game. I want to toggle it for the inventory screen. So let's go. Inventory. All right. So secondary color. Our primary color is 0? So when our color is black, the secondary color is also... Seems like our primary color is always black in these cases. I wonder if instead of let's just for debugging purposes, instead of making this transparent, let's make it red. See what happens. So I'm going to stop this. And so we're making this secondary color red. It was marked as transparent. Is there a specific reason you chose C over C++? Because I wanted to learn C, and because I wanted to explore, yeah, I mean, I wanted to get close to the metal. I wanted to learn kind of modern C, and I wanted to avoid the temptation to do object-oriented programming. So it's kind of, you can kind of approximate it in C, obviously, but I really wanted to constrain the tool set and force myself to think differently, force myself to think more functionally and less classy. Let's remove this breakpoint. just see what happens. Alright, I don't see any red on this screen at all. See any red on this screen? It's weird. Hey Festic, how's it doing? How's it going? What up? Color. So why am I setting this to... This is the problem. Is internal keyword some extension? No, it's basically I type defed it, so it's just it's an alias for static. So whenever you see internal, I've also there you go, defined it internal static. Also, you'll see global sometimes. That's also aliased or defined as static. Just to make it a bit more readable, because C has 3 different meanings for the word static based on context, so this kind of clarifies the code a little bit. Okay, now we see the red. Good. So I wasn't even setting... In those cases where it was just a single color, I wasn't even setting the secondary color properly. That's awesome. But still have these artifacts. So like, let's just look at like this cell right here is one that's really bothering me. Yeah, there are 3 meanings of static based on context. Or basically based on where you use the static. So if you use static outside of any functions, it basically makes it global. Yeah, so Festic summed it up. Static for indicating the function only lives in the compilation unit scope, right? So that would be if you declare a function as static, and then if you use static within a function to declare a variable, that means that it's basically that variable is held between invocations of the function. So if you had built like a counter function, you would declare a static variable, static integer as your counter inside that function, and then every time you called that function, you could increment that. And it's kind of a way to maintain function state in a... It's basically a private variable for that function. So, like I was saying, it's cells like this that are driving me a bit batty. If we look at it in bitmap form, we see that it's mostly black with a tiny sliver of this like tan scroll work. And yet, the algorithm decided that the entire thing... See ya, Jill Mega. The algorithm decided that this entire thing should be colored in the what is not should not be the primary color for this particular cell. And so let's, now that we fixed that kind of subtle bug where we weren't setting our setting our secondary color when we only had one color properly. Oh, see you, man. So it would appear that our analyze colors our primary color is being determined incorrectly, because for a cell like that, the primary color should definitely be like the black. So let's just go through this real carefully and see if we're doing this right. Colors, doing a match, we increment the count. Otherwise, we're adding. How many colors am I allocating here? Oh, so the maximum, I basically set this to the maximum. The maximum number of colors that we can, maximum number of distinct colors we can have is the number of pixels in the cell. So that's what we're setting our array size to. Which so let's distill it into distinct primary, secondary colors. This could be, we have our num colors, going from 0 to num colors. Primary count is started at 0. If that's higher than the primary count, we mark the index. Get a new max count. We're setting our primary color appropriately. And then to get our secondary color, we're finding a distinct enough, finding the next highest color count that is distinct enough from our primary color to be worth our while. Seems that seems okay to me. Analyze colors, so that seems to be I wonder if we could let's go in the game for a second. Let's see. I want to see. All right. So our image. Two, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. 2, 6, 10. Okay, so the 11th cell, so that's going to be 10, index 10. I want to breakpoint where we actually watch this particular cell be. So that's 10. I don't know. Let's see. How do you edit a break? Let's see. Conditional. When expression evaluates to true. So we want R equal to 10, right? And C. Oops. Let's write in actual proper C. Actually, I don't know what language this expression is supposed to be in. I'm gonna assume maybe C. So let's do maybe. We'll see. What format am I storing images? Yeah, it's basically just a bitmap. So that was from our main. New game. Inventory. So now it's hit our breakpoint. I'm going to hide the game screen so y'all can watch. We are now R10, C39. So we're about to step through the cell that is so perplexing to me. Let's get our debug panel up so we can look at some variables. Primary color 0, secondary color 0. Exactly what we want. Grab our bitmap image. Okay. And let's analyze the colors. Let's step into this. So count color occurrences. Let's see if we initialize these properly. 0. What? I wonder if these need to be initialized. Because I'm not sure what this is, but oh, I had a watch. I did counts 0. What the? What is that crap? Is that the problem, that I'm not initializing these arrays? That would be interesting. Let's try that. Is it calc? Clears the... Yeah, let's look at it. Let's look it up. This. So our library function, it takes the items and the size, and it allocates, and it zeroes the memory out. So that's definitely what we want. So we want a number of items and the size of each element. So we've got, instead of just allocating the block of memory, we need this. Okay, let's run this bad boy. Name, inventory has hit our breakpoint. So now we've got analyze colors, step into it. Calloc. Now we've got colors and counts that are appropriate. I'm inclined to just let it run and see what we get. Let's let her rip. Nope, still crap. Okay. It's disappointing. Okay, so we'll escape. Let's bring it up again. Did I kill my breakpoint? Try this again. Inventory at our breakpoint. Well, let's just step over this and see what it comes up with as our primary color and our secondary color. So we've got 0 as our primary and 0 as our secondary right now. We run the routine, we get no primary color, and this wackadoodle secondary color. Well, I mean, wackadoodle, it's probably that beige. Hey, Festic, you're back. So you said, what format am I storing images? It's just a bitmap. So each pixel is represented by 32 bits, 8 bits each for RGB and an alpha channel. It's stored as a ping, but it's when I load it in, I load the pixels into RGBA format. So we're getting a primary color of transparent. Which makes sense, because that's definitely the primary color for that cell. So let's see what our mask image comes out to be. So it's not doing that appropriately, I guess. And again, I wonder if I should be using... specifically setting every pixel in the mask image, so I don't need to zero it. It's fine. All right, pixel color. Yep, that makes sense because that first part is going to be the sliver of beige. So our pixel color is our secondary. And I'm saying if the distance between, if the distance between the pixel color and the primary color is less than the distance between the pixel color and the secondary color, then I'm marking it all as white, basically, which will indicate that it's the primary color. Otherwise, I'm going to do 0. So it should go to this else statement, and it does. And similarly, it's just going to be, so here's a pixel color 0, so now it should go through that. Okay. So this appears to be working okay. It'll generate our mask image. Can I run to here? Run to cursor, yes, love it. Okay. So we have a mask image now. And I wish there was a way I could throw this to the screen. We may get to that. And so now we're matching on the glyph. So let's step into this. We limit the number of ASCII glyphs that we're comparing to be the ones that are kind of pixely looking, like squared off. I'll show you in a bit on our ASCII map. Definitely have 12 of those. Yes, okay. I wonder if it's a problem that we have our blank one last. All right, let's see. Looping through. So I'm going to put a breakpoint here because I want to skip all this big for loop where we're doing the matches and just really look at what the score is. So we'll run. We've got matches 192 for this pixel. Or for this glyph. 192 for 219. Let's real quickly look at what that is. I think it's this. I think it's the solid one. Basically, we're looking at these. These are like the 12. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 10. And then the blank one is 12. So those are the pixels that, or those are the ASCII glyphs that we're comparing against. Back to the code. So we've got 192 for our first glyph, which, okay, 192. That's clearly going to be the best match so far. So our best match is 219 so far. Do it again. Our next one matches is a 0. 0 matches. That's... To have 0 matches means that your pixels that match are exactly the same number of pixels that don't match. That seems like a remarkable coincidence. And that has a transparent top and a solid bottom half. Okay, that seems a bit odd to look at that. Alright, next one. Matches. 0. Again. Doesn't seem right. Alright, let's step through this then. Let's... Zeroing out our matches. 0, character height. Grabbing the glyph pixel, which is 0. Grabbing our max pixel. Okay, so it matches. Got another match. So when we get, alright, so we get here, match is 64. Alright. And next one, match is 0. Matches are I. Matches minus 128. Okay, that's good. Alright, where are we in our count? DGI is 5 still. Okay, so let's keep going. 6 matches minus 64. 7 matches 0. 8. 9. That 0 is weird. We'll have to investigate that. 10. 11. Okay, so this... minus 192. Hey Moby Live, what's up? Is this Raw C? Yes, yes it is. So, don't have two not matches, which doesn't make sense. This should have a high score because this is our blank pixel, I believe. Glyph pixel. Stood inside a scope. Crap. Alright. Something's wrong here. this matching score that it's generating is not correct. We're stuck with this best match of the first one, which is our solid pixel, which is what we're seeing on the screen. It is standard C. I am using that. So I am using SDL. That's correct for giving itself a pixel buffer and also handling input. So I am using that one library, but all of the game code itself is straight up C. All right, so I think we found that our problem is in this match glyph routine because the matching is not working as I expected it would be. I want to run through it again. See you, Festic. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you next time. Let's run it again. Get back to that point. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it back up to that point. Sorry. Oh, didn't hit the breakpoint. Hold on. I'm gonna change it to be Can I not add breakpoints on the fly? What's up with that? Start the game again. QL Crisis, what's up? The game. Inventory breakpoint. Okay, so now we're at the breakpoint. About to render our inventory screen, which is where we're seeing all those artifacts. Step in. And then what I want to do here is put a breakpoint. Put a breakpoint here. And I want to stop this when DGI equals 11. That's so that I can see what the matching's doing for our last cell, or our last glyph that we're trying to compare against. So let's run it. All right, so now DGI is 11. We're about to loop through our matching routine. And so all of our glyph pixels should come through as 0. So our mask pixel not be coming through as 0, that's for sure. all the time. There'll be a thin sliver of with pixel mask pixel 0, so let's just make sure this loop is correct. Char height, char width. Getting our glyph pixel is from our font atlas. Let's this for a second. See this code. Cell Y 0, right? Times character height 0 plus Y. Still in our first row, so 0. Times its width. So that's going to be all 0 plus 0. This is going to be 0, so that's the right. Grabbing the right character out of the atlas. The mask pixel is going to be Y times. That's not right. That should be char width. No? Mask image should be pixels. I don't think we're calculating this one right. Mask pixel should be Y times our char width plus X. I wonder if it's this. Let's temporarily turn off our breakpoints. So that's definitely not calculating properly. This looks okay still. No appreciable difference. Let's make sure that we're doing this right. So other problem. The other issue here that I'm thinking is our mask is just two colors. It's white and black, or white and transparent. It's basically all ones and all zeros. And yet we're comparing it to our glyph pixels, which may or may not be this one should be select. They look pretty much. Oh, you know what? Transparent? I think I do mask the black to transparent. Shoot. I don't know, guys. Kind of stumped. Our matches are definitely not. Right. Oh, the other thing I wanted to try, what happens if I move this up? Have our blank pixel be first. I think that would matter, but doesn't seem to matter here. And it doesn't seem to matter here. Re-enable breakpoints and go through it one more time. Turn this one off for the moment. This one's the conditional. I thought this was a conditional, but okay. Tory didn't hit our breakpoint. Why didn't we hit our break? Hey! QL Crisis, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Fortunately, this stream is, well, we had a bit of productivity at the beginning, finishing up our Hall of Fame screens, but since then it's been deep in the depths of unsuccessful debugging. Hopefully we're getting close. It definitely seems like this image match glyph routine is not calculating its match score properly. Coint, what's up? Welcome. Let's hit the breakpoint, or let's see. So let's just kill that for a sec. Yeah, fix one bug stream. That seems what this. That looks like what this is going to be. Although hopefully we'll have the fix part. At this point, it's questionable. All right, so Let's comment out this stuff I added earlier where it was just like decrementing the score for matches. Kill all these breakpoints. How can this be? That cell should be should be calculated as the blank cell. Stream health is not good right now. Hopefully that'll pick up in a bit. I apologize. What's going on with my bandwidth today? So we seem to have fixed several things. However, none of those fixes seem to have had appreciable effect on much of anything. So let's try score. Try this one more time. Game. Inventory, we hit our breakpoint. Let's enable this other breakpoint, 612. Oh, but I want to change this. This actually wants to be breakpoint, edit point. I don't even need to hit a break. It's the first one. Let's just get rid of it. Set our matches to 0. Put a breakpoint here. But I want to step through and see what we got. Glyph pixel, mask pixel. Our glyph pixel should always be honestly, our mask pixel should always be 0 too. pixel. Okay, so our glyph pixel should always be 0. Glyph pixels are always coming in as 0. That's good. It's our match count. Still 0. Oh, matches, sorry. -2, -2. Why is this? So in our mask, we should be far enough over to the left that, or over to the right, that we're past those colored. Under our mask pixel, I wonder if I need a special check for when the majority of pixels in a given cell are transparent. Let's get rid of this. Our matches, that just seems like it's wrong, but for our colors, primary color is 0. Secondary color is this. Primary color is transparent. I wonder if, let's stop this. I wonder if in here, I wonder if the primary color is transparent, if you should invert the primary and secondary colors. Just switch them. wonder if that would have a visible effect. Let's get rid of it. Doesn't seem to have a noticeable effect here, but it... Oh, look at that. That looks way better. That's a much better approximation. I mean, still got a bit of wonkiness on the left side there, but honestly, those cells look like they're about half and half, so they might go ahead. Screen looks about the same. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna call that good for now. Because there's other things to tackle. Although, we've been streaming for a while now, so we give it another 20 minutes or so. Call it a day. So, alright, I guess we cleaned up the artifacts somewhat, so I can maybe off stream look at it a little bit more closely. But I'm gonna say that that's decent for now. Just gotta see something. Cool. Alright, so the next last bit, the next issue in my list here, I've noticed wonkiness when we're playing and we go between levels. So let's see if we can start up a game, get some stuff, get a sword here, equip it, fight this guy, grab a gem, fight the bat first, get the gem. Oh, look at this, we've spawned in gem room. Go a shield, equip it. Let's find the staircase. Still need to work on balance in the game. Alright, we found all the gems on this level, so that's good. It seems like the colors are darker than I remember, at least. Kobolds are almost visible. Where's the stairs? There they are. Okay, so look at our inventory now. We've got shield, sword. Go down the stairs. Okay, we're now on level 2. So we're still shield, sword. There are times when I've seen it go wonky. Like, look, now nothing's equipped. So it's like not... It seems like the state when we're initializing the new level, like we're changing... let's see if we can do this. Descend. Yeah, see now, look, sword, sword, sword. So there's definitely something going on when we're switching levels. It's wonky. Let's just end it. Yeah, and so there's something, it just crashed. So there's something, memory's getting clobbered or something when switching levels. Close up some of this stuff. I think we have a level in it or something. No, level in it. Let's just make sure that we're doing stuff properly. Clearing the previous level data from the world state. We started at index 1 because the player is at index 0 and we want to keep them around, obviously. So what we're doing is we're completely clearing game state. And I'm wondering if that's an issue. That might be our issue right here because all the stuff in our inventory is also game objects. So I think what we're going to need to do is check if it's, before we delete an object, check if it's not the player. Okay, so we're checking if it's not the player and it's not unused. What does game object destroy do? It will remove lists, all our components, and then it marks it unused. So it's not actually deallocating it, it's just like clearing it. It's just clearing it. So, but what we also want to do is, I think we want to check if that game object exists in our inventory. We don't want to delete it in that case. So we've got inventory. There's our inventory. Carried items. So in carried items. So if it's not in our carried items. Carried items. Alright, so what are we putting in carried? Let's see, what do we need to check? What are we putting in carried items? We're putting the item object, which is that a game object? Yes. Okay. So we just need to look and see if the game object is in our carried items. And I'm gonna take a quick break, quick bio break. I will be back in like 2 minutes. Alright, I'm back, sorry. Okay. Let's put in about 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to call it a day. But let's figure out what's... We're gonna want to check and see if this is in our list of carried items, and I don't think... Just have to list implementation. I don't think I have a contains. Should. List item at. Oh, I have list item at, so that will compare. Let's remove data, list search. There we go, search. Returns the element containing the given data. L if no elements contain the given data. So list search is what I want. So we'll do this and list search. Carried items. Look for this game objects I. We want this to be null. Love this song. It's got like this 80s synthesizer vibe. Epic. Okay. And I did it wrong. What did I do? What did I do? This search, actual parameter, not a pointer. Parameter 2. Okay. Send it to then. Sword, Zorath Starhorn. Got me a gem. Goblin, that's a dead end. Staircase that way. All those gems, I'm just gonna pass them by. Let's find a staircase. That's what's really interesting. There we go. Okay, so our inventory right now, we've got a sword. I should go find more stuff before I... Let's pick up a shield. Let's equip both. Get over here. Descend. Shield and storage still equipped. That's good. Let's just pick up more stuff so that we can have a more interesting... Wow, look at all the beasties here. So, like I said, game balance, I need to be... That fight shouldn't be so easy. Okay, so... I have a gem, so I've got 3 gems total. I'm on level 2, going 3, and I've got a sword that's not equipped, and then a shield and a sword. Send. Alright, that seems to be maintaining state now, so I think we've nailed that one, which is excellent. That was pretty easy. Certainly easier than our graphic artifact bug. Let's just try one more time. I'll pick up another sword. Let's find one more staircase. Vary things a little bit. Get another shield. Kill me some kobolds. Axe. Okay, I'm carrying too much, so I can't carry the axe. Let's drop one of these swords. So D. Like this. Okay, so now I gotta let's look at my stuff. Got a battle axe. Let's equip that. Equipped battle axe. Unequipped shield and sword. Then an equipped shield and sword. And it's alright. I think we nailed it. Excellent. Let's end the game. So that leads me to see another bug. Look at this, Zorath Starhorn with his 5 gems and level 4. Why isn't he on the leaderboard? I'm gonna write that for next. Write that for my list for next bug fix. I'm gonna add HOF F not adding games that should be added. And then I'm also, I just thought of a cool enhancement. When you play a game that makes the Hall of Fame, it should be highlighted somehow. So that's done. Push the layout and the format and all that stuff. So I'm going to add another feature. HOF should highlight game. It's just added. On the in-game screen. I think that would be cool. Alright, so we got, you know, we cleared up some bugs, added one there at the end, or discovered one at the end that needs to be addressed. But overall, I think a fairly successful stream. We built out our Hall of Fame and kind of finished that up, made it prettier, did some formatting and some justification so that it looked better on the screen, did some colorization, and then did some bug fixing, some which was a lot easier than others. Fixed our level transitions so that our inventory didn't get jumbled, and then cleaned up the artifacts, some of the artifacts in our ASCIIfication graphics feature. That inventory screen looks better. It still doesn't look like as good as I would like, but you know, we can address that again at a later date. Maybe I'll think about it off screen. Sometimes when you're not directly looking at a problem, but kind of processing it in the back of your brain, the solution will present itself, or other potential solutions might present themselves. So I'm going to call it a day for today. Thank you for watching. Again, if you want to see any of the previous streams, the archives of all our streams are on a playlist on YouTube. So you just go to youtube.com/c/pdcodes and that playlist. I hang out on Twitter @pdcodes, so hit me up with any questions or comments. And as always, I will be uploading the updates to our code repository, which is available for all on GitHub at the address listed over here. So you can grab the source code, can fix my bugs, and submit a pull request if you want, or just mess around and use it as the basis of your own game, or just something to learn from. So thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already, so you get notified the next time I go live, and I will catch you next time.